Welcome, 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 welcome to the 20-minute fashion distraction. I am Jackie Jenkins, the founder of Sophisticated Creations. You know what we do every Wednesday night. We talk total fashion. Tonight is no different, even though this is the eve of Thanksgiving. So first of all, I just want to wish everybody, you and your families, your loved ones, friends, everybody, an amazing Thanksgiving. And in true fitting, the night before Thanksgiving, although I'm originally from Philadelphia, so the night before Thanksgiving was actually a hint that we should be going out and party. But with COVID, we're not doing that. But what we can do tonight, which I think is totally fitting, is to talk about not only how to dress your table, but how to dress yourself. And so I'm excited. I have a dear friend, sorority sister, amazing chef that's with me tonight, and fashionista. And so I am going to bring her on. And actually, even before I get started, I do want to say thank you to the New York Metro Coordinating Council for featuring me this week for the seventh annual Small Business Crawl. If you go to my Instagram, J Curations, I am doing I think it's like a 50% discount for styling services. So as you're thinking about getting ready for the fall, it's a great way to actually be able to do that. And I just wanted to say thank you for the New York Metro Council for allowing me to be a part of the Small Business Crawl. Okay, so with that, I want to bring on my guest, Miss Courtney Townsend. Hi, Court. Hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. I hear
Okay,
you, and the
wonderful.
mic is there. And actually, Courtney was part of our 10th week celebration. And so you may have remembered Courtney from there. But I wanted, I'm one of those big fans. I love to sing people's praises while they can hear me. But I'm not going to give you a background. The only thing that I'm going to do, I want you to do that intro. But I want to share just kind of two quick things about you that I found love and truly dear. One is that you are a cordon bleu MBA, which I think is just an amazing combination of like business, food, and fun. So kudos to you on that. But then secondly, you are also my Spelman sister and my sorority sister who actually pledged me. But I remember Courtney as the cool Cali girl. I'm originally from Philly. I say that over and over again, so the audience I know knows that. But I remember thinking to myself, "Wow, those chicks from Cali are pretty cool." Always had an amazing look about them in an amazing way, and so I'm so excited that we are connected and just really that you're a part of my life. So can you, before we go into our questions, can you share a little bit about your background? I mean, I gave two small tips, but you share.
That's a good one. Well, one of the things that I love to say about myself is that I love to have fun. And with that fun, then to me falls out all the different things that I love to do. I had to, only as a share, I had to do my resume the other day. I decided to update my resume. And then as I was putting the stuff on there, I was like, it's a pretty interesting resume there. But so my background is I am a French trained chef, professional chef, and I did go to the Cordon Bleu Paris. And as well, I have an MBA, but I think more than that, I love entrepreneurialism. I don't know if I think entrepreneurship, excuse me, I made up a new word tonight. Maybe that's like imperialism shows. It is Thanksgiving. So with that said, but my background is I've been a culinary arts instructor. I was probably for about 12 years, and then mixing that in with my own private businesses. I had a multi-course catering company for many years. And then as well, I had an events company in which I would design cooking stages and cultural events. And so, and then as well, I am an actress. And so I'm gonna leave it at that.
And actually, an actress that has just been recognized for, I saw a few.
Oh, so for a mini short that I just completed, it is a Black Western set in Nevada, and it has some of my closest girls as actresses in it, but we have been honored through several of the film festivals, and that is beyond super cool to me. So,
Very, very
oh, and
cool.
it's called Blind Faith, and it's about dealing with the shadows of life and coming into the light.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm excited. You and I, we talk fashion and food a lot. And so I'm thrilled that we can share it with the audience. And we have some special peeps in the audience. I see one, my mom is here. I see Judith. Judith from DC. I'm always amazed to see my line sister. Claudia's here, Leah's here. You got your Cali crew, Karen, Mita's here, my sister Jocelyn, and Stephanie's here. So it's just wonderful, the turnout the night before Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
if audience, if you are roasting or doing your turkey, please drop that in the chat. I'm kind of curious to see how you're spending the night before Thanksgiving. But my first question is, okay, we all know that this is a COVID type of Thanksgiving. And
Yeah.
actually, I think this is my first Thanksgiving that I have not spent in Philadelphia. So I'm working through that. But can you share some tips that how do we make our Thanksgiving where we're basically home, maybe we won't have as many guests as we usually have. Like, what are some tips that we can do to make our table a special Thanksgiving table?
Well, it's funny because I thought about that, and I thought you might ask me that. And then I was like, well, it's already East Coast, so I don't know how many of the grocery stores will be open. And if they're open, there are going to be considerable lines. So I really thought about what I would do in light of not going back to the grocery store. So I just want to say that. And in a minute, I do want to ask what you're drinking. So, but I'm going to put my drink. What are you drinking?
I got some champagne.
Oh, I
We're
made a.
gonna do a little holiday
Oh,
toast.
okay. So I'll come
I
back to
did
that.
champagne. Yeah,
So one
you've
of the
trained me well. You said come. You trained me well.
so one of the things to me that I really love is actually using stuff from home. I think most people, especially as we're moving more into a simplistic lifestyle, a lot of people they don't have all that serviceware anymore. So
Yeah.
I really love to take something that potentially wasn't that and turn it into something else. So one of the things is, so I pulled out a mix of things. So one of the things is that I think a way to make your table feels special, especially for those couples. I think on Thanksgiving, a lot of times everything is like pile up the plate, and
Yes.
then I'll pile up the plate and I'll eat it once. And then till I find some more room, I'll pile up the plate again. I think it would be cool to turn things into courses and
Oh.
elongate the day and make the day feel even more special than you normally would. I think part of the pile up the plate is because there's so many people.
Right.
I don't want to get into trouble. I don't know if I have any male friends out there. I don't want anybody, and there's not just males, so let me watch out because one of my closest girls is a serious football fan. So I don't want anybody throwing any stuff at me. But if you could turn off that TV for a minute and maybe have a different dining experience where you're sharing. So I pulled out these vases and as well like these coolers, but how beautiful would it be just in the center of the table? Because you normally don't do it. Just going and throwing that bottle in the center, going and throwing your white in there, your champagne, having it in the center, knowing that's where your next course is.
So
Another thing
So
that
wait a minute. I just want to stop you right there. And I want to make sure that the audience heard there were two key tips there. And I'm just going to we may run a little over tonight because this is the Thanksgiving show, and there's just some really good stuff that we want to make sure we get out. So I don't know if we can do it quickly in 20 minutes, but we're going to try. So you said don't do a pile on Thanksgiving. Actually, do your Thanksgiving dinner in courses. So can you go through some just like quick, like what courses should we do?
well, depending on cultural backgrounds, there's always the turkey, there are always the sides. Some cultures, which a lot of times is Black culture, the sides are way more important than the actual turkey. And I've been to other homes, where that turkey's more serious. So it really depends. But as well, a lot of times people will make a gumbo. So my friends from New Orleans, They never forget a gumbo. So there's always a gumbo there. But here's a way already. You've already got sides. You've already got a turkey. You may have a salad. I know that salad normally gets neglected on Thanksgiving, or I see it thrown in the back by the chafing dishes wilting. But pull that salad back out, give it a little honor, maybe move what would be a soup. If you don't even have an extra course already, pull out some broth. If you have some extra potatoes or you've already made the mashed potatoes, you can saute some garlic and some celery, add in a little splash of wine and a bay leaf, and you can make a mashed potato soup. But you can make a soup, you can make some other courses, and then still have your dessert at the end. But I think in a different way, as much as it may feel isolated this year, let's just make it more insular, like a hug, and just slow it down a bit. You know, one of the other things I thought of, and of course, people talk about gratefulness on Thanksgiving, maybe come up with some lists and highlight some pretty unique things about the people at the table, not just that you're grateful that they're alive, because you are, but maybe just remind them of some special things that they've done lately as well. So it won't seem as arduous for those that really don't want to do the courses. So
I love that. I love that. And you also threw out a tip about dressing the table with flowers. So that's lovely. And we so Courtney and I did a little dressing ourselves before coming on the show. And what we did, and I don't know if you all have watched or seen the tips that I've been doing this week around shop your closet for Thanksgiving. And there were some ideas about basically, once again, like Courtney said, like let's do courses. But I think we can also do that with our look. And so Courtney allowed me to style her. And would you like to share what you're wearing? And then I do have a full picture that I will show. But if you could share.
Well, when you brought it up, I sat there and I was like, well, what dress would I really wear? And why would I wear it? So for me, around food events, I'm very strategic, or I won't even say strategic, deliberate about what I wear, because of course I'm going to get dirty somewhere. So I decided to put on a beautiful bright blue, because I love you. And then as well, I chose this one as an option because I thought, well, maybe I've already cooked everything and I don't need to do a thing, right? So that's my thought. I'm going to stand up. I think I'm still, there we go. And so I actually pulled out this belt. It was my mom's. I always love adding a touch of my mom on the holidays. And it's some old beaded belt. It actually was coming apart. And I put a little super glue on it and put it back together. But I liked the contrast of it. I thought it would look nice. You told me I should pull out a dress, maybe pull out some tights. Then the other thing I did is I put on tights. Those of you out there who know me know I rarely wear pants, and I certainly don't wear tights. So I appreciated the tip. Then I didn't have any mules, so I put on some tights. I'm going to do this. This is so inappropriate. So then, hold on.
I have a full length picture though. I will show the full length.
So then, but I did find some shoes that I felt were fun that I normally don't go anywhere in, but I feel really sexy in, and that slide on and off. So
you look lovely, and I appreciate. So just so that everybody got the tip that what Courtney's wearing is. So we decided we would definitely want to dress what's in our closet. Instead of wearing sweats and a t-shirt to dinner, we said we would go a little different. And because we're still at home, the thought was, let's take maybe a dress that's a little open so that you kind of have some coolness. But we paired it with some leggings and some fun shoes. So I'm going to share the picture that shows that look. And once again, this is all shop in your closet. And here's a full pic of Courtney in her look. And she looks fabulous. She has on the leggings. She has on the silk. It's very fun. It's very flowy. She gave me the quick secret that these are shoes that she probably couldn't walk too far outside of the house in, but that's okay because guess what? We're all staying home, so it looks lovely. And the outfit that I wore, I ended up doing just a dress. And it's funny, and this is one thing I will say about shopping your closet. You have to try on things before you actually are to wear them because they may not look as cute. So initially, I was going to do like Courtney. I was going to do leggings and a dress and some shoes. And I looked like I was going to the club. So we decided not to go that direction. But I pulled out a dress, and can I just tell you how wonderful it feels to actually just be
Oh,
wearing a dress?
too.
And yeah, it's just a dress. It's just a dress. I'm wearing mules. I couldn't figure out the camera thing to show the whole piece of it. But can I just tell you how it made me feel wonderful? Because I don't think I've had on a dress like this. I mean, basically, it's a dress with a little sequins on it since COVID has started. And so it just once again kind of shifted my mindset of this is a special occasion to let me look special. So just throwing that out there as we are thinking about Thanksgiving and as we're thinking about maybe some little separate or different touches that we can do. Definitely look is one. I see Leah's here. I see Singleton's here. And hey, Spash, I see you. Love you, love you, love you. So, okay, for those of us that are doing Zoom Thanksgiving, can you talk about how we can make those special?
Well, I kind of thought about the same thing that I alluded to before, but also, but also sending out lists to friends before. So if it's friends or relatives, so that there is a certain continuity. There have been so many beautiful Zooms and event-oriented Zooms, but in this being family, really taking a moment to have some really great touch points.
Okay.
I think as well, also coordinating a drink. I know that's not so novel, but I think wherever there's some points where there's a real connection and something deliberate where everybody has to share, whether it's making, everybody deciding what dessert or having people present their dessert, say,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I made. This is, instead of it being here we are, we're sort of, just meeting, which is still great, but having there's just fairly specific touch points where it makes everybody lean in, where it makes everybody pay attention to one another, where it makes everybody maybe share something that they weren't going to share because they were just trying to get through the day. And I find that to be just really heartwarming for me, in Zooms. I like that.
That
So
is beautiful. No, you're right. I think adding that touch in that intimate space. And I'm just trying to see if there's any questions from our audience as they're thinking about their holiday and what they want to do special. I see Pamela's here and Jackie's here, my sister Jocelyn. So it's wonderful to see you all. I cannot tell you how great it feels the night before Thanksgiving to have this conversation around fashion and fun. I see the point. Deeper connections are truly glorious, which they are. So I know we're not going to the grocery store,
um,
and we're working with what we have in our cupboards, right?
mhm.
Can you just give some quick substitutions? If you know what, I forgot the cranberry sauce. What's a substitution that I could do at home off of what I probably already have in my closet?
So I love how you changed it to closet. I love Freudian slips.
Oh, wait. Because
I'm only busting you out because if it was me, I'd probably say the fridge, but you said the closet.
in the closet.
So
In the
I'm
closet.
just,
I always got closet on my
I,
mind. Always got closet on my mind.
I'm not being Patty. I just couldn't resist. So I would say, well, I think everybody should think about, and this is how I look at food. Food for me always has a goal. It always has an intention. And so what's the deal with the cranberry juice? With the cranberry sauce for you? And I mean that is, does the cranberry sauce represent tradition for you? Does the cranberry sauce represent a touch of something kind of bittersweet? I think it's really trying to figure out what does the cranberry sauce do?
I've
Because
always loved cranberry sauce. It's the sweet. My mom knows it's just something about cranberry sauce. Love it. I love the sweet.
Well, so then if that's the case, then you can go into your cabinet and pull out. I mean, for people who have canned goods, you already have some canned pineapple. You already have some other canned fruits in there potentially. You could take a can of pineapple, reserve the sauce, I mean, reserve the liquid on the side, add a little bit, you could puree it. You could add a little bit of orange zest to it, you
Okay.
know, to sort of change it a different direction. You could even add a little sugar to it, warm it up, make it into a sauce. So if what you're going for is the sweet, then you know, look in your cupboard, look in your freezer. Your freezer
Mhm.
may already have bags of frozen blueberries, other things in there. If you take some blueberries, you warm those up on the stove, you puree those and add like a little bit of raspberry or balsamic vinegar to take
Okay.
the sweet touch off of it. You could have a sauce in minutes without having to go through the other things. But I think it really is about what it's providing for you. And you know, and if it's that touch of sweetness, it's just manipulating what's already there. And again, if somebody wants to, you can send me a DM and I'll answer any questions that you have. But that's what I would do to replace it. So,
I love that. So before, so and Jackie has a great point here. Before we close out, there's two things I want to do. One, tell everybody where they can find you.
oh, so you can find me on Facebook and you can find me on IG at Courtney's Food Fix. And you can just send me a message.
And so Jackie's point is one, she wants to know, Courtney, what's in your glass? And can you close us out, Courtney, with the toast for Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's nice. So I'm only going to do this because I made this for you guys. So I'm only going to slide this out because I was going to do some little quick table settings. So one of the things, and I'll say this, if you don't have a table setting, take what you have already in the fridge. I put asparagus and some
Okay, we
flowers
can't see.
together.
Bring it on the camera. We can't see it.
Okay, here. So I have some asparagus and then I just put tulips in them. I took something from somewhere else, mixed it from something with the fridge. Again, you don't have one. I've got some artichokes. You could take that, you know, you turn it around and you use what you have as well to make a beautiful table setting that you know, that you may not have already thought of. Just, and you can put it on a plate. Let's see. Here we go. Is that in the
Beautiful.
camera?
Yes, that's
So,
in the
all
camera.
right. So I just wanted to say that because I had made it for you guys and it was bothering me. So
I think that is awesome. That is awesome. And I hope the audience, we're running slightly over, but because it's holiday, we just wanted to take a minute and do this right. Anthony, thanks for joining. I see Adrian's here and Susie. So,
so what I have here is a cranberry margarita that I made. I had some cranberry puree that I had used earlier for something else. I never throw anything away. So I used cranberry puree, a little bit of Grand Marnier, a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of sparkling water, and of course, tequila. So, and for the toast, I would love to say, Jackie, I love you and I thank you. You are an inspiration and you always bring nothing but beauty and flowers. To everyone that's out there, thank you so much for your time. Just wishing a covering over you, over your loved ones, over your dreams for what is still 2020. There's so much greatness that is still here, that can still happen in these 4 weeks. Love, love, love on those that you care for. And I wish you all one of the greatest holidays yet.
salud.
Salute.
Courtney, thank you so much. To the audience, I thank you guys. I cannot say over and over again how, just not on Thanksgiving, I'm grateful that you were part of our 20-minute fashion distraction. I will see you next week. We will be chatting with a business owner. Actually, so for December, we're doing all small businesses, Black-owned designers, and entrepreneurs. And I have an amazing entrepreneur that will be joining us next week, who is in Baltimore and in LA. And I thank you, Karen, for introducing me to Natalie. And cheers. And we will see you all next week. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys.
I love you.
Hold on, 30.